Fight Fiend Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, back for a full card prediction show in Canada, my home country. UFC 315, 2 title fights, women's belt on the line. Valentina Shevchenko, men and Fiorot, and then we got the welterweight division and the men's division here. Belal, remember the name, Muhammad versus JDM, Jack Della Maddena. Let's get straight to it, starting it off with the first fight of the night. It's Monday, current bout order, 11 fights, waiting for a short notice opponent for Benoit Saint Denis. Joel Alvarez had to pull out there last night, so we'll see what happens there. Join for $5 a month. As soon as that fight gets announced, I'll have my pick adjusted, confidence level out there for everybody, only $5 a month. So the first fight of the night is looking like Daniel Santos versus Jeong Lee. Both 11-2. Featherweight division, both these fighters pretty fast, accurate with their striking. Lee, on the other hand, South Korean, he just got knocked out in his last fight, round 1. He was fighting a guy undefeated, Hyder Emil, my underdog of the week, who had a lot of power. Daniel Santos, training at Shootbox Diego Lima, has power, accuracy, and I think he's going to win this fight, likely by a decision. Coming off a decision win over a year and 10 months ago, I think he's coming back to get a win, likely by a decision. He could get the finish. He does have the finishing upside, in my opinion, in this fight. That's why I'm picking him to win. That's why I think he is a slight favorite in this fight. On the other hand, a nice win over Blake Builder. Yiza by a decision for Jeong Lee. He could win the fight. He's been more active lately, but he's coming off a knockout loss. Before the UFC, beat 2 guys that were 8-3. I think Daniel Santos fought the better competition on the regional scene. In the UFC, he lost to Julio Arce by a decision 3 years ago. And then he knocked out John Castaneda with a nice knee. His striking is a lot better in this fight, in my opinion. So I'm going to side with him to win. Shootbox Diego Lima gym as well, like I said. Unfortunately, in this fight, he's lacking a 4-inch reach advantage. And he's going to struggle to get into boxing range. But once he does, he's going to land something. He's going to land more. He could even land a takedown in this fight. Although Jeong Lee probably has good takedown defense and takedowns of his own that Daniel Santos has to be aware of, given why this fight is nearly a 50-50 fight. No bet for me. Pause on the bet. There's other fights that can get you paid in Montreal. Let's get this money. Next fight is Modestas, Bukauskas, 17-6 from Lithuania, fighting Ion the Hulk Cutelaba, 19-10-1. Now, Cutelaba, he's a good wrestler. Got a submission win versus Erslan, 14-1 in his last fight, arm triangle choke. That was 2 months ago. Both these fighters had a round 1 finish 2 months ago. So they're looking decent. Level of competition, not that good. But when they have to face off, I have to pick the guy that I trust more. Cutelaba's been hit and miss. Win-loss. Win-loss. Now, I think off 2 wins, he's due for a loss. You could say the same about Bukauskas, but he's training with Tom Aspinall. I think he has the better training partners in this fight. I think he gets it done. More technical, more accurate on the feet with a better volume. Cutelaba's pushing forward, landing these big overhand shots, Hail Marys. In my opinion, he's not going to be overly accurate to win a judge's decision. If it goes 15 minutes, I like the side of Bukauskas in this fight. He had a win over Zach Paga, decision win, former heavyweight there. And Cutelaba went to a split decision with Ivan Erslan on this card, who was 14-3. He had a loss to Felipe Lins by a decision. I can see Cutelaba getting worked. 15 minutes by a decision, losing this fight. It could be close. He might be able to get a couple takedowns, but for the most part, I think Bukauskas is going to outstrike him on the feet. Cutelaba is crazy, though. So this is another fight. Pause on the bets. No reason to make a play on this one. The pick will be the Baltic Gladiator, Modestas Bukauskas, by a decision. For the third fight, hopefully confidence starts to rise. First two fights, not looking to have really any action on. This next one, I think it's a lock of the week. Locks of the week, gonna call a spade, have not been good. Not gonna beat around the bush. They've been bad. All right, mediocre, pretty bad. Bo Nickel, Carlos Prates, Gaston Bolanos. I know. But in this fight, undefeated, 6-0, Navajo Sterling is going to win this fight. Ivan Erslan lost to Ion Cutelaba, split decision. His UFC debut. Before that, he got knocked out 1 year, 6 months ago at KSW. And 2 years ago, he lost a unanimous decision. He's been win-loss. He's a 50-50 fighter. He's not UFC caliber. And Sterling is. Training at City Kickboxing. He has the better training partners at the better gym. And he's younger in this fight. 6 years younger in this fight. He's on the rise. He's cooking. Off a decision win. Unanimously. I think he's ready for a finish. He had a nice knockout round 2, I believe it was, on Dana White's Contender Series. His left hook, precision, is phenomenal. He just needs time to get it going. Round 1, it's a bit of a feeling out process. Into round 2 and 3, that's when the finishing upside is super live for Navajo Sterling. And I see him getting it done. Start of round 2, late round 2. I'm taking Navajo Sterling, round 2 KO in this fight. Ivan Erslan, he's kind of just standing there boxing with you. That's not a good decision with the City Kickboxer on the rise. 6-0 undefeated. I know the undefeated fighters have not been good, but I'm putting faith in him as a minus 300 favorite to get this one done. And the next fight in Montreal is the first Canadian Jasmine Jasudavicius, 13-3, fighting an OG Jessica Andrade. First Canadian making the walk to the cage here. I got to pick her to win. Pretty high confidence on this pick here. Could be another lock of the week. Now, she's a more aggressive fighter. She can eat a couple shots, and she has simply had less wear and tear in her career. She has more to prove. She is way more hungry to get to a title shot, the upper echelon of the division. On the other hand, Jessica Andrade has been there, done that, and is 2 for 5 in her last 5. 3 losses, off a loss unanimously to Natalia Silva, who was also on this card 7 months ago, but she also got submitted to Tatiana Suarez almost 2 years ago, and she got knocked out to Yan Xianan. The finishing upside is on the side of Jasudavicius in this fight. You gotta think, in Canada, she comes to fight her best fight in the UFC. So far, she's had a pretty good run. She's lost 2 fights, 7-2 in the UFC, taking a step up in competition at the right time versus an OG at home here. I think she gets it done. High confidence. The question is, does she finish Jessica Andrade? It's safe to parlay, though, and it is a lock of the week. She's going to dominate this fight. Unanimous decision, potential knockout, submission. She can win it anywhere in this fight. Andrade has had way too much wear and tear. She has been fading over her last 5 fights. Not looking too good. She knocked out Mackenzie Dern. Jasmine Jasudavicius can strike. Don't got to worry about the knockout in this fight. Maybe it happens. Maybe it happens in Montreal. But I'm not betting on it. And I don't see it in the forecast. Give me the Canadian. High confidence. Now, the next fight. Another Canadian. We're going 3 locks in a row here. This might not be the correct bout order, but it could be. So let's get a bag. Mike Malott, 11-2-1, opening up as a pretty big favorite here, almost 3-1 versus Charles Chuck Buffalo Radtke, 10-4. Off a knockout win, round 1. Displaying his power over Matthew Semmelsberger, who was 11-7. This is a step up in competition for Radtke. He fought Prates, got knocked out. I'm not saying Mike Malott is going to do the same thing as Carlos Prates, but he's a more technical fighter, better IQ in this fight to get the takedowns, mix it up, win it by a decision, potential late finish, wearing down the cardio of Charles Radtke. Now, the cardio of Mike Malott is a problem. He lost to Neil Magny, step up in competition, cardio isn't there. He hasn't been late in fights. He hasn't been there. 1 decision win. He has 6 submissions, 5 in round 1, 4 knockouts, all 4 in round 1. He has not been late in fights, hardly sees a third round, has 1 submission round 2, got knocked out in round 3, had 0 gas 2 fights ago to Neil Magny. Now that's something that he's going to be working on, the cardio. I expect him to win this fight, potentially by a decision. He's coming off a nice unanimous decision win to Trevin Giles. He could do the same thing to get it done here in Canada. He is at home, hyped up, ready to get this win as a favorite. Let's fucking go, Fight Fiends. This is a fight we have to lock in. Trust in the Canadian. I know Charles Radtke has that knockout power. We have to beware, be careful of that. But I'm focused on getting a bag, getting revenge, and I can't hesitate to lock in my guy, Mike Malott. Hopefully he's working on that cardio. And the next fight in Canada, cracking a Coca-Cola here, is Marc-Andre Barriault, off a knockout loss to Dustin Stolfus, round 1. Back. He's back. Wow. Versus Bruno Silva, knockout artist. Slight underdog, and he has a puncher's chance. This is a fight I can't lock in, can't put money on. I can't trust in the chin of Marc-Andre Barriault in this fight off a knockout loss. I had to believe in him versus Dustin Stolfus, and he friggin' let me down. I'm not betting him versus Bruno Silva, a knockout artist. Both these guys hungry for a win, both off 2 losses, 3 losses consecutive. They will be hungry. You got to pick the more durable fighter. But I'm not doing that. I'm picking the Canadian. I'm Canadian. Biasy pick here. Be careful. The power bar does not have... Well, he does have more power. But he doesn't have more durability. He has more power in this fight. Bruno Silva, he's fading. He's another guy like Jessica Andrade. He's had more wear and tear. I expect us to see that in this fight. Him to fade. He's been fading, lost 4 in a row. Not 2 or 3. Yeah, he's looking worse and worse every fight. He even lost to Chris Weidman. 15-7. Unanimous decision. You can't trust in the underdog. The last guy he knocked out was 2 years ago. And you can hardly trust in the favorite. But he's fighting in Canada. So I gotta pick him to win. I'm Canadian. Biasy pick here. But he's probably getting it done by unanimous decision, maybe a split decision, because Bruno Silva is just going to be there to get taken down and beat up. Power bar, should avoid the power, mix in the takedowns, get some control time, have more power on the feet in the striking department, and win this fight by a decision. Bruno Silva is not going to be an easy guy to finish. Share a bullet, Share a Magomedov could not finish this guy. Alex Potampieta could not finish this guy. The only person to recently finish him was Brendan Allen by a submission, and that was 2 years ago. He's lost 4 in a row, both hungry for a win, but give me the power bar in Canada in this matchup. Montreal will be very mad if Marc-Andre does not win, because we got 2 more Canadians to break down, starting it off with the final fight on the prelims, Brad Katona. This is a guy that has no finishing upside. This is a guy that won the Ultimate Fighter twice. This is a guy that acts Irish, but he's from Canada. Now, this guy, I do not trust. 6 years older in this fight, no finishing upside off a loss. Clearly a path to victory for the Kazakhstan fighter, Bekzat Almakhan. Off a unanimous decision loss to Umar Nurmagomedov, he stepped up, took the fight, and looked not too bad, honestly. Now, his record is good, 11-2. Won a number of fights on the regional scene by finish. He has the finishing upside in this fight. He won a unanimous decision at UAE Warriors versus a 14-1 opponent. He could win this fight by a decision, but Brad Katona is very hard to take down. He has a relentless game plan. His grappling is good, so this fight could be close. I want to be biased, even though I shouldn't be. So I'm taking the Canadian again, Brad Katona, to win this fight. Greasy split decision, unanimous decision. Pushing forward, grinding his way to a win. Only because we simply don't know how good Bekzat Almakhan is. Alright? He lost to Umar Nurmagomedov, unanimous decision at the end of the day. We don't really know how good he is. Regional scene knocked out a guy 15-5, 12-4. Maybe he can transition the finishes to the UFC, get his first win here versus Brad Katona, a 2-time Ultimate Fighter champion, but I don't see it happening. He's going to come up short, maybe win it by a decision. So I don't see any value picking him to win against my Canadian. I don't love the pick, believe me. Brad Katona is not the most confident pick for me in Montreal, and he will not be seeing any bets from me. This is another one I'm staying away from. I got enough action on the fights I am confident in, so I'm not wasting any money, and I'm not wasting your time. Let's get straight into the main card, looking to make money, and this fight is a banger. Jose Aldo, Aiemann Zahabi, 2 guys very old in their career. 37 years old, Zahabi, training in Montreal, versus the Brazilian Jose Aldo, OG, 32-9 record, 38 years old, turning 39 here, but he's been around the block. He has power. His boxing is crisp and clean, and this is a tough fight to pick as well. Aiemann Zahabi won his last number of fights on a win streak, but now he's an underdog. Just beat Pedro Munoz, unanimous decision 6 months ago. He's ready to take a step up in competition at the right time, and I think he gets it done here. Being more technical, less wear and tear on the body over his career, and we're going to see the wear and tear of Jose Aldo in this fight, just like Jessica Andrade, just like Bruno Silva. So I'm fading the fighters that I've seen start to slow down, start to fade, ones that are showing the wear and tear. So for the win, give me Aiemann Zahabi, fighting out of Montreal, fight nights in Montreal. He must get it done. One of the best underdog picks on the event, but I'm not picking him as the dog of the week. He is a good pick, probably a good bet. So join Patreon, $5 a month, and you will see each and every bet I'm making at UFC 315. And now we're breaking down the third last fight of the night here. Alexa Grasso, Natalia Silva, flyweight fight. And both these girls fought a girl that's fighting on this card. Let's take a look at Alexa Grasso. For the first part, she beat Valentina, submitted her. She lost unanimously, obviously, the next time. Now she's taken a step down in competition. Natalia Silva, on the other hand, taking another step up in competition. Seems to be at the right time. Off a win to Jessica Andrade. Now, although the younger fighter by only 3 years is looking good, Natalia Silva, although she's the favorite, I don't have much faith in her to win. Unanimous decision win to Andrade. Would have liked to see a finish in that fight. She beat Viviane Araújo. Nice unanimous decision win there. Another fight, Andrea Lee. Unanimous decision. I really would have liked to see a finish. Versus Andrea Lee, Jessica Andrade. She finished Victoria Leonardo, 9-4. That's not much credibility. Honestly, that was 2 years ago. And I think the finishing upside leans Alexa Grasso. Submitted Valentina Shevchenko. Submitted Joanne Wood. She has a submission upside in this fight. She has takedowns, control time to win this fight. She can test Natalia Silva, who's really been untested. You heard the girls that she's fought. This is a step up for Natalia Silva and a step down for Alexa Grasso. So give me another underdog in Montreal, looking to make money at plus 170 with a former champion here, Alexa Grasso. Mexican blood. You know she will fight for your money. And we don't know if Natalia Silva will fight for her money completely yet. She beat Jessica Andrade. Viviane Araújo, Andrea Lee. Let's take it easy. This is a big, big test for Natalia Silva. And I'm not laying the price. Give me the plus money. Seems like a pretty easy pick here. Unanimous decision. Alexa Grasso. Maybe a split decision in a women's fight. These fights can be close. That's why you want the underdog. Got to go with that plus money. You got to go with that plus money. Especially in a fight like this. Championship rounds for Alexa Grasso. She just fought the Ultimate Fighter. She was one of the coaches. This seems like a fight she needs to win. But, hey, you never know. These girls, they're hard to trust. They are hard to trust. And that's why I'm taking Valentina Shevchenko as my dog of the week. Most confident underdog in Montreal versus Manon Fiorot. 12-1. Looking clean. Good boxer. Pushes forward. High IQ. Very technical. But I don't care about any of that. I don't care. Valentina Shevchenko has the 5-round experience. She's fought the better competition. And she's ready to defend the belt. I can't believe she's underdog. I'm pretty sure she opened up as the favorite. Now she's underdog. Take that plus money. Dog of the week, Valentina Shevchenko, and still defends the belt. She looked really good in her last fight. That's the best she's looked in her last 5 fights. No reason to fade her now. At only 37 years old. Manon Fiorot, on the other hand, 35 years old. 35 years old. If she was younger, maybe. If she didn't get pieced up to Rose Namajunas and wasn't bleeding really bad in that fight, maybe I'd pick her to win. But in that fight, she was bleeding. In that last fight to Erin Blanchfield, she looked meh. She looked okay. Championship caliber to be a favorite over Valentina Shevchenko, the current champion, honestly is crazy. Give me the plus money. Valentina Shevchenko, like I said, most confident underdog for me on this event. If you disagree, that's completely fine. Fiends, forecasters, if you want to disagree, it's all good. I took Jeremy Stevens, AJ Cunningham. Now these picks, highly unlikely, highly unexpected, but hey, they still fought for my money. They look pretty good for the price I paid. Plus 500, plus 600. They at least went to a decision, fought for my money. And if they would have won, I would have got paid 7 times over. So, you got to think about that. Is it worth it? risk to reward factor, is it there? Is it really, really worth it? I think it's worth it to bet Valentina Shevchenko, current champion, at plus money. That's all I got to say. So lock it in. Dog of the week. Now we got the main event in Montreal. Belal, remember the name Muhammad, versus Jack Della Maddalena. One hell of a fight. One hell of a fight. Jack Della Maddalena, though, unfortunately, was not supposed to be here. This was supposed to be Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now it's Jack Della Maddalena. And I'm pretty sure someone else was supposed to fight instead of Jack Della Maddalena. Someone else. Who was it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Belal was supposed to fight Shavkat. Cancelled. And then, yeah, it got rebooked with Jack Della Maddalena. From Australia. Perth, Australia. Looking to get paid. Perform at his best. But I can't say I have faith in him. I seen him go to a split decision with Kevin Holland. I seen him go to a split decision with Basil Hafez. And he went to a decision with Ange Lusa, Dana White's Contender Series. Got him the contract. That got him the contract. Anyways, his last fight, Gilbert Burns, it was a nice knee, round 3. But he was losing that entire fight. He was losing the entire fight, went to a split decision with Basil Hafez, Kevin Holland. I don't see how in the hell he beats Belal Muhammad. Training with Khabib's crew, Belal was welcomed in. They have him well trained, well equipped for this fight, well coached, and I don't see him losing. He dominated Leon Edwards, unanimous decision. Gilbert Burns, pillar to post, beat him up. Gilbert had no chance. Burns got burnt in that fight. Sean Brady knocked out round 2. Beautiful knockout, beautiful performance from Belal Muhammad. This guy is a guy I've doubted, I've not put faith in, and now in his first title defense, I'm taking him to win. I'm going to stop doubting him. I'm locking him in, lock of the week as well. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've heard enough. Heard enough. Seen enough. Give me Belal Muhammad. We will remember the name. He will be on his best in Montreal and beat up Jack Della Maddalena. Maddalena has great striking, has power, but Belal is more technical, has the better IQ. And the biggest thing in this fight, he has the takedowns in the back pocket. It's a mixed martial arts fight at the highest level in the division. We've seen Belal do the thing. 25 minutes. Cardio's there. Cardio checks out. Takedowns check out. Takedowns are very nice as well. Underrated wrestling and takedowns from Belal Muhammad. But people are starting to catch on and see how good this guy really is. He's a champion. And people did not believe he ever would be. That's the thing. People will always be making these jokes about Belal. Saying, oh, he would never be a champion. Remember the name. Leon Edwards had some real disrespect for Belal. And that made me want Belal to win in that matchup. I did pick Leon Edwards. But when I seen Leon Edwards being a dick to Belal Muhammad,
remember the name.
I said, you know what? I kind of want Belal to win this fight. Now I have faith and believe in Belal Muhammad.
Remember the name.
And I'm going against Jack Della Maddalena once again. 3rd time in a row. I faded him versus Kevin Holland. It did not work out. Close. Split decision. Damn, it was close. The next time I bet against Jack Della Maddalena versus Gilbert Burns, I thought we had it. We were winning that fight, and then we got knocked out round 3. This is the opportunity to parlay a great pick. Remember the name Belal Muhammad as a lock of the week. The official locks of the week. Let's run it up. We got Belal Muhammad, Mike Malott, Navajo Sterling, and we got to do it. I don't want to do it. I said I would never do this again. I said no women's fighters will be a lock ever again. We're going to do it. We've done it before with this girl. It cashed in. It was worth it. So since we're in Canada, give me Jasmine Jasudavicius for the win on the parlay as well. It's a plus 280 lock parlay. We're getting back into the win column, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what we're going to do, is win in Montreal. Let's get this money. Dog of the week, the most confident, the most extravagant underdog in this event, the one that will fight for your money, is a current champion. Plus 130 is what I see. Give me Valentina Shevchenko for the win on the money line. If you want to see each and every bet, Patreon is in the description below. It's only $5 a month. Incredible value. And look at the bets that we just cashed in. The NHL round 1 playoffs is over. We went for a 20-unit profit parlay here. 6 teams to win. The Jets. Oh my, the Jets. Tied it up with a second left. They got it done. Thankfully. What a sweat. Cashed this one too with it. The Jets parlay. So I do each and every sport. $5 a month. All bets in one tier. What are you doing? The locks of the week aren't doing good. You might be thinking, what are you doing with the locks of the week? What are you doing picking some of these dogs? You idiot. I understand. Whoa. I understand. If you want to unfollow me, that's fine. But you're going to miss the revenge and the rise back to the top. And I'm going to keep being good to you because Fight Fiends and Forecasters, we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. When I hit 1,000, this is a way to say thank you. I've gave out $300, $400 in wins on the $100 giveaway on each and every full card prediction show. Bryn Ray won 3 times. She's picked up $300. MMA Husky Hustler, $100. We're going to do this a couple more times. I'm giving out another $100. All what you got to do to enter the lock parlay is to enter in the comment section below a parlay that you think will hit. Minimum 2-3 leg parlay. Maximum, you can do the whole damn card. I don't care. For the odds, don't give me chalk. Give me plus 100 odds or above. And so I know you're entering the giveaway. Put that hashtag F3. I really appreciate that. Everyone entering the giveaway. I think this time Bryn Ray told me she's not going to enter. So the winner is going to be new. Bryn Ray will not win $400. Unless maybe she does enter. If she does, you might want to copy and paste her parlay. 3 wins in a row for Bryn Ray. Incredible. Her lock parlays are really good. Way better than mine. Hey, she's saying she's been lucky, but you got to be good to be lucky. Now let's try to get some luck. Get out of the muck. And make some money in Montreal. That's what we need to do off 2 weeks not hitting the lock of the week. That's what we got to do. And we're going to do it. I have confidence. Sky high confidence in my home country. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the video. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the chance to win $100 each and every event. It's something that I can do to give back to the people watching the video, taking time out of their day to comment, like the video. I really appreciate that. Thanks for staying forecasted. Thanks for being you. At the end of the day, it is us versus the bookies. No need to beat up on each other because we got a lot of beating up to do on these bookies. So put on the gloves, put that mouth guard in, and let's go to work.
Remember the name.